Greetings, you beautiful people of the internet. My name is Jose Pereira, and in today's tutorial, we're going to be talking about Google Tag Manager. More specifically, we're going to be talking about exactly what is it, why you should be using it, and exactly how to use it. So let's start off with the what. You see, in the beginning, it's okay for you to start taking all your marketing and remarketing tags and install them directly on your website. You can take your Facebook pixel, for example, or your Google ads tag and install that piece of code directly on the footer, the body, or even the header of your website. However, as you progress online, as your business becomes bigger, having a tool like Google Tag Manager becomes crucial to running a successful business. Now, before we actually go in and start playing around with Google Tag Manager, let's talk about some of the reasons why you should be using it in your business. Number one, it allows you to simplify the installation and maintenance of all the different tags you need to run your digital business. Number three, it allows you to reduce the line of code on your website, thus improving performance. Not by a lot, but it does help, because what Google Tag Manager allows you to do is you can put all your code, all your marketing and remarketing tags on a single container, and then you can take a smaller code and install that on the body and on the header of your website. Number four, and this is perhaps my favorite feature, if you are running a team, if you have an agency, and if you are managing different digital properties for your clients, having Google Tag Manager will simplify your life. Believe me. Come take a look over my shoulders and let's actually start implementing Google Tag Manager for your digital business.
Okay, so first things first, let's set up our Google Tag Manager and connect our different digital properties together. So as you can see over here, I have my Google Tag Manager dashboard open, and to get there, just simply go to tagmanager.google.com. You can just do a simple Google search. It should be one of the first results that come up. And as you can see here, I'm already signed in. If you don't see the screen here, just make sure you are logged in. And as you can see here, I am logged in. So now let's go ahead and create an account. So click on create account, and then we're going to put our name, and this is going to be for my personal site. All right, and then it's United States. That's correct. So my website is going to be josepereira.io. So let's copy that and let's paste it here. And this is going to be a web application. Let's delete the first. Okay, so this is going to be a web app. Let's create one. Let's click on agree and select yes. All right. Fantastic. So now over here, you are redirected to the Google Tag Manager dashboard. And as you can see here, the first thing that he's going to ask you to do is to install the correct code and the correct place of your website. And this is pretty much the only thing we're going to need to install on our website. So let's go ahead and copy the code for the head, and we're going to jump back into the dashboard of our website. Now, obviously, this is going to change depending on what kind of installation you have on your WordPress. It's also going to change depending on what CMS platform you're using for your website, if whether you're using Squarespace or Shopify, or even if you're programming this from the ground up, from back end to front end. But for us, since we're using WordPress, it's pretty much the standard out there for new businesses and obviously established businesses as well. I'm gonna head over here to Divi, which is the theme I have installed on this specific websites. And now we're gonna head over to Divi theme option, and once you have that open, you can just go to integrations, which will give you this window. So over here is a simple paste. Right here, I'm just going to paste the code on the head. Let's jump back into the Google Tag Manager, copy the code for the body of the page. Let's copy the body tag. I'm just going to jump back into the body and paste that there as well. So once we have done that, we're just going to press save changes. Now for you just have to make sure you find the specific setting on your theme editor, or maybe you have to jump directly into the editor right here where you'll find your header.php and install that as well. But for us, since we're using Divi, this is a simple installation. So now we have the Google Tag Manager installed correctly on our website. Now we're going to jump back into Google Tag Manager and start implementing some tags. Okay, so the very first tag I'm going to install and implement is going to be the Facebook pixel. Now the Facebook pixel is part of the Facebook ads platform, which is something I recommend to every single business out there for you to, even if you're not advertising actively on Facebook, I recommend to get a pixel code, install it on your website. That way you can start getting some insight into your audiences, or your website traffic audience. And even if you're not advertising on Facebook right now, where you do decide to join Facebook ads, you will have a seasoned pixel and you will know exactly what type of audience have been visiting your website in the past. Although there's different ways for you to find this as well with different analytics software. So I'm going to jump back into Facebook. I'm just going to go to here. I'm going to change my account into my personal one. All right, so now that we're on the Facebook, the ads manager, we're going to open the menu and go into pixels. So under event manager, let's go into pixel. Now we're going to create and install a pixel. So let's create a pixel. All right, it's gonna walk us through. I'm gonna call this is for my personal site. It's going to be josepereira.io. Create one. All right, fantastic. Now it should give us our pixel code, and we're going to choose to install this manually ourselves. We don't have to email a developer since we're going to be installing this right now. So let's click here to copy the code. All right, fantastic. So now let's jump back into our Google Tag Manager, and we're going to create our very first tag. So over here, click on new tag, and we're going to call this the Facebook pixel. And then we're going to configure the tag. So we're going to select out of the options, we're going to select HTML code. So let's select on custom HTML, and we're going to paste the code right over there. All right, now this right here, this is where we set up the triggering. What exactly is going to trigger this code to fire? So in order to do that, let's click on trigger, and over here you can have a standard event, which is all pages. So this basically means when somebody visits all the pages, or pretty much any page on your website, it will automatically trigger your Facebook pixel. Now we're going to select that for now. So let's add that, and let's press save. Now, another beautiful thing about Google Tag Manager, it gives you the ability to preview your tags to make sure it's correctly installed. So let's press on preview, which is going to open a window right within our website. We'll see in a second. So now we are in previewing mode. So we're going to jump back into our website. This is a page we've been working on lately, and then we're just going to refresh this page. All right, fantastic. And as you can see here, right down here, a window will open telling you exactly all the pixels, all the tags you have enabled on the site, and exactly all the tags that have been fired. And as you can see here, you have the tags fired on this page, and you have your Facebook pixel, which has been fired. And then you will have other ones down here, but for now, since we only have one, that one tag is open. All right, now another thing I like to do, and another tool that I like to use in my toolbox is a Hotjar. Hotjar is a very nice plugin that allows you to view exactly what's happening on your website in real time, and it allows you to record your visitors and allows you to view heat maps on your site as well. So we're just going to jump back into the console and search for Hotjar. We're going to get a tracking code for Hotjar, and then that's going to also be one of our tags. So let's open that one up. I recommend this tool. You can go ahead and install it on your site as well. It's something that's going to help you. But I'm also going to use this right now on this tutorial. You don't necessarily have to have it. I'm just going to show you one of the versatilities of Google Tag Manager. So let me log in. All right, so now that we are signed in, we just press over here to add a new property, and this website, it's going to be this website as well. So I'm just going to copy the URL and paste that right over here. Select this is going to be a blog or personal site, and the owner is my organization. Select that, make sure it is all right. Add site. All right, fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to navigate over here, and we're going to click on the tracking code, and we're going to get our tracking code. Okay, now there's two different ways you can do this. I'm going to choose the easiest way, which is to just go ahead and grab, as you're over here, as you can tell, you have a Hotjar ID. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab that specific ID over here, like so. Copy that. And we're going to go jump back into Google Tag Manager and add another tag. So let's create a new one. Let's create a new tag, and this is going to be called Hotjar. Now we can also go ahead and do this just like we did go to the Facebook pixel. We could just go ahead and add a HTML code, but since Hotjar, it's already part of the Google Tag Manager. It's one of the plugins you can get. For example, if you just scroll down here, you see you'll have Hotjar tracking code already there. So all you have to do is just click on it, and then you can set your site ID over here, which is the number we just copied. Now, when it comes to triggering off the Hotjar code, I want this to be triggered only when someone visits a specific page. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to choose. I'm going to add a new trigger. So I'm going to call this pager page. Okay, now make sure you add the correct name to these tags. That way you'll remember exactly what they are. Now let's select on configuration, and we're going to select the page view, but then we're going to edit this. We're going to select some page views, and then we're going to select a page URL which contains pager. So select that, or you can select the whole page, or you can select a relative or the entire path. Let's jump back into and paste josepereira.io/pager, and let's save that. Save, and then let's make sure it's the right one. All right, fantastic. So that is correct. So let's save this. And now let's refresh the page. Okay, now let's jump back into our website. All right, now as you can see over here, it tells us that there's two tags right now on our website that have been fired. One of them is the Facebook pixel, and the other one is Hotjar. Remember, Facebook pixel was set up to, if I view or if anyone views any page on our website, it will be fired, and Hotjar is set to, if I only view pager, it should be fired. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go jump back into the main page of our website. We're just going to go back to josepereira.io and see if it works the way we want it to. All right, now we are on a different page now. And as you can see over here, what happens is Facebook pixel was fired because I'm still on my website. It doesn't matter which page it is, as long as there's a page on my website. And down here you can say that tags not fired, which was Hotjar, because although I'm in my website, I'm not on the specific page that I set up to be the trigger. Okay, now let's jump back into Google Tag Manager, and what we're going to do is actually submit these changes and publish this version of Google Tag Manager. So we're going to leave the preview mode. So now what we're going to do is we're going to submit all the changes, and then here it will bring you to this screen. So we're going to call this version 1.0, and then for internal purposes, you want to make sure that you add all the tags, all the notes you have done. So in this version, we added the Facebook pixel and Hotjar tracker. All right, let's make sure I can really spell, but Facebook pixel and the Hotjar. All right, fantastic. So that is the Google Tag Manager in a nutshell. Now, of course, there's so much you can do with this tool alone. You can integrate this tool with your Google Ads and set up some custom conversions. You can set up some custom list for your audiences on Google as well. So there's a lot of things we can actually do. What I wanted to do in this tutorial is just show you the basics and what you can do, and just open the horizon for you in terms of imagination of what you can do with the Google Tag Manager. And of course, I'll be releasing some more tutorials precisely about Google Tag Manager in the future, but I just wanted to open your eyes into this tool. That way you can implement this into your toolbox. All right, now another thing you can do, and especially if you're using the Chrome browser, you can go ahead and install a Google Chrome plugin called Google Tag Assistant. It looks something like this, which will show you all the tags you have installed on your website. Now, as you can see, we have the Google Tag Manager here correctly installed. Now, something else you can use to double check and make sure that your tags are installed correctly over here. This is a Chrome. This is an extension directly from Facebook. As you can see, here's the Facebook Pixel Helper. This is also something available within the Chrome extension store, so make sure you have those two installed, which will help you to identify and make sure you have done this correctly. And as you can see over here, if I click on it, we have our Facebook pixel code, and if you double check on the number, it should be the correct one. So if you hear it ends on 21, if you jump back over to Facebook, and this should be something over here. As you can see here, this is the code 10 ends in 21. So that is indeed the correct code.
So with that being said, that is all I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next tutorial. Take care.